Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well and having a lovely weekend. Now, it has been a while since I've actually done a video, regarding Arsenal women, and I thought this would be a really good opportunity to answer your questions, to talk about the game at the weekend, because they did actually beat Everton 2-1. So I thought this would be super fun to talk about, to chat with you guys about, and to answer your questions that you guys will have for me. But yeah, it has been a while since I've done a video on like women's football, and it has been quite hard to kind of do both, talk about both men and the women's team. So here I am to talk about it. I'm going to answer this question first. Gamer says, what have you made of Beth Mead so far since her injury? You know what? With an injury like an ACL, it might take players time to recover and to properly get back into things, but she has been on fire. She's been incredible. And yeah, I feel like she's been here, like she's played for years, and you have to remember she's been out for like a year. She's been through some really tough times, and to see how she is now, it's absolutely incredible, and she's making such an impact on the team. Scoring the winner in the game is absolutely what we want from her, what we need from her. So for me, I feel like it was a fantastic game for her at the weekend, and obviously I will get into discussing the game, because you know what, it wasn't easy for us. Everton did get a goal back. I know we've not got a great record of clean sheets, but yeah, I'm going to talk about the game. I'm going to answer your questions as well. Now, in the game, Arsenal actually had about 19 shots, and it feels like we should have scored a lot more. It feels like we have a lot of shots. I think we might have had about 6 on target as well. It feels like we do a lot in the game. We have a lot of shots, but we just can't take our chances. So I feel like for me, it's so important in future times that we do take our chances, because when we have tougher games, we won't have as many chances as we had yesterday. So I feel like that is definitely something we do need to work on. But we can be really happy with that performance, with that result. We did start off really well, and Ford got on the score sheet, and you know what, it's really good to see her scoring again. And there has been questions about her, but I know she loves a goal against Everton. It's just in her blood to score against Everton, and Palova had a big part to play in that moment, and she did set Ford up, and Ford tapped it into the net. And yeah, I just thought really good build-up play from the team. I feel like we are doing really well with our build-up play, and it's really positive. And yeah, it's really good to see us score early on. I think we scored in about the 9th minute, so I was really happy to see that. So for me, yeah, really good that we got that goal within the 10 minutes. But after that, we did concede, and there is questions whether or not, should Sinsberger have saved that. And it is a bit of an awkward one for her. I do feel like it looks like they've scored that too easily. Like, we did give the ball away, which led them to score, which obviously isn't ideal. But it just felt for me like that chance she could have saved it, really. She did try to kick it with her foot, but yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. But I think Everton, had their chance, they took it, they were brave in their that upper day when they had that opportunity. And in the January transfer window, they've really brought some players in and really helped their team, which will be good for their season. So I did go into the game thinking it would be a bit of a tough one. We know it would be a must win, but I feel like for me, yeah, it's obviously not ideal to concede those type of goals. But I feel like the fact, we got a goal before half time, which really impressed me. And Leah Volti, like, she is absolutely incredible. Like, for me, she deserves so much more credit than that she really gets. I know she did win Swiss Female Player of the Year, which she absolutely deserves. And there in an interview, she was saying how it felt a bit awkward, like, because she's never really had that much, trophies for her. So it's probably quite weird to stand up and get that. So yeah, I think for Leah, it was really good to see her get that recognition that she deserves, and she did really help us with that second goal. She whipped in that great cross into the box to Beth Mead, which she headed in the back of the net, and it's just a fantastic bit of play from Arsenal. Yeah, Leah Volti is definitely really underrated. She's really proven to be a really great signing for us. I really do love her. I love what she brings to the team. I think she's amazing to watch. And yeah, I feel like she has been underrated for a very long time. She's not always got the credit that she deserves, and I feel like now she is starting to get the recognition she deserves, which is what we want to see from her. Um, and yeah, I'm just really overall happy with her, happy that Beth Mead got us that winner. I thought it was a really good, performance. Beth Mead has really impacted us. I think since she's came back from her ACL, I feel like I think she might have scored 4 goals, assisted 2. And I feel like that really shows you what a great player she is. Um, so yeah, I feel like, yeah, I'm really happy with how that's going personally. Um, and yeah, I feel like that performance was a big for us. Chelsea, fresh to Man United today, they really did well. Lauren James was incredible today, scoring a hat trick. So we've really got to keep winning and making sure, we don't slip up, because Man City as well did really well today. They won 5-1. And I feel like we've really got to keep winning. I know we lost to Spurs, but we've had a little break. I feel like we can let that one go, move on. We won't always win every game. So I feel like for me, it is very important, that we do kind of, learn from our mistakes. And I feel like today, the performance was really good from us. The fact that we really fought out that win, and I know we really should have scored other chances that we had, but I feel really impressed with how we performed in that game. And yeah, I feel like um yeah, I think like I've mentioned, we could have extended our lead. We know we had a front four of Ford, Mead, Miedemar, Russo. Like, that is an absolutely world class um, front four. It's absolutely incredible. And I know Everton were quite unsettled in the game with what we had to throw at them. Like, thought we were excellent. So I feel like, for me, yeah, we could have extended our league. I know that with Man City scoring 5 goals, with Chelsea scoring a lot, it's good for the goal difference. So yeah, I feel like, for me, I probably would have liked us to do that a bit more. But listen, I think it's a really good, impressive win for us. And considering other teams, could be dropping points, and I feel like it's good for us to stay on level with Chelsea. I know they are currently 3 points ahead of us. We are on level with Man City, but I just feel a bit like we've really got to keep winning. But that result really was important for us. And yeah, getting that win was the most important thing, and then 3 points really was crucial. And I'm actually going to talk a bit about the lineup as well, because I felt like, it was good to see a few other players get some opportunities, and our bench looked quite good as well. So I'm going to kind of go through that as well. Um, Zinsberger, obviously, as we know, Fox, Ruben Moy, Mead, Miedema, Walty, McCabe as the captain. It's really good to see McCabe as the captain get these opportunities that she deserves. So, yeah, I really thought it was great to see her. And actually, we haven't seen Kim Little in a while, and I do feel as though, like, things could be coming to an end. Like, she's a lot older now, and the injuries are starting to pick up on her. So I do feel as though it will kind of come to an end, possibly, because she probably is struggling with the fitness too. But as I mentioned, Ford, Palova, Russo, and Amanda, like, that lineup for me was really good. And on the bench, we do have, Jem Beattie, Catley. Cooney Cross is someone that I did think would have got an opportunity, if I'm being honest, because I feel like she's probably one of our most important signings. She's just incredible to me to watch. So it would have been nice to see her, get that opportunity to play. But yeah, I feel like that bench was so solid. Like, you look at that and it's like lovely. And we know Leah Williamson will be back very soon as well, which is so amazing. I can't wait to see her come back. As we know, Lacasse, Blacksenius. Yeah, so I feel like it would be really good to see some of these players get opportunities. I know Steph Catley's obviously gone through a really difficult time. My thoughts are with her, obviously losing her grandparent, which is such a difficult thing to go through. So I feel like, for me, you can understand her not playing an awful lot of minutes at the moment, and having that time with family is the most important thing. But yeah, I feel like Pullover this season is really developing as a player. She's getting into the rhythm of things, and she's a big part to play in us going forward. And it's yeah, really good to have her at the club. I'm really happy with her. I know Miedema's had quite a few starts, and it is good for her to get these minutes because it has been difficult with her. But Mead has probably done a bit more for us. You know, on paper she's got more assists, she's got more goals, but I do feel as though Miedema is working very hard. She made some really good passes in the game, and Beth Mead, you know, couldn't score some of them, but it was really good to see that she wasn't afraid to create things and still work really hard for the team. And I feel like her time will come to score, Miedema. And do you think people probably won't understand what she has been through? I suppose only she will know, and other people that have had that ACL, you know. But I'm really, really proud of her for how she's managing it. And yeah, really good that Jonas is actually giving Miedema more minutes. And yeah, it's just really lovely to see her back. We've really missed her, and I know quite a few of the ACL players are coming back and getting those minutes again. I know Williamson should be back. I think she could be on the bench in our next game, which is so lovely to hear. It's really nice to see her like back. You know, it's been such a long time since, you know, she's been away. It's probably felt really strange. She's probably got used to watching the team play, you know, in the stands, and to finally get back on the pitch and be that player again. She's been a fan for such a long time. So it's probably quite, you know, surreal for her to, you know, be back, and we've really missed her. And you know, Ruben Moy has really stepped up, if I'm being honest. Um, and yeah, Ruben Moy's been at a different level this season. I feel like she's absolutely been incredible, and for England as well, I definitely think she deserves more minutes for the Lionesses because I feel like she's really incredible. Um, and defensively, we do look a lot solid. I know that we obviously have been conceding more goals this season, but I do still think there's so many positives to take from the signings we've made, the work that we've done. So yeah, I feel, you know, really hopeful about our season. And I did want to have that discussion about the league because, you know, talking about that, it's obviously tough right now. Chelsea are at the top. I know that we're 3 points behind them. We are level on Man City. You know, it could be anyone's at the moment. We do still have a little way to go, but I feel very optimistic about things. I think obviously we do have a few new players. It's kind of a bit different. I know last season, it was, yeah, I think last season was quite an emotional and hard season because um, for me, you know, having so many ACL injuries, it was really hard to watch. And, you know, Leah Williamson missing out on the World Cup, it would have been really devastating for her. So I feel like for me this season, I just really can't wait to see more players get back into the team. And yeah, last season we got to a semi-final of the Champions League. Now we know we're not in that at the moment, and we're focusing on the league. I know the FA Cup as well. We do have Man City in that, and that will be really difficult to kind of compete in. But you know what? We've really got to go for that as well. I feel like why not? We are a great team. We did really well when we played Watford in the FA Cup. So yeah, I feel like we've really got to, yeah, have that belief in the team. And yeah, I feel like we will loan quite a few players this season. I know Maritz is obviously gone, and I did expect that to happen. Like, I feel like it hasn't surprised me that she's left. I feel like she was a good, you know, right back for us, but we and knew that we could kind of improve on her because I know when Veen Reuter is back, you know, you would play her over Maritz, but obviously because of that injury, she probably won't be back till the end of the season, which makes it, you know, quite tough for us. So yeah, I just feel like for me, getting those players back would be massive, but I feel like it's really good having players that, you know, have really struggled with injuries coming back, and I think our squad is getting so big in a good way. You look at the bench, it's really refreshing to see. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have my suspicions about Jen Beattie, about her leaving. It wouldn't surprise me really. I've got a feeling, she's retired for a national team, and I just have a feeling that she could. Yeah, she could retire. She could go somewhere else. The January transfer window will be very interesting. I know you guys have asked me some questions. Zoolander said, "Can't wait for Williamson and Vinroy to be back." Yeah, I think that would be absolutely amazing to see. Like, I know when Leah Williamson's back, we'll all be emotional. We'll be really happy with that because it has been like the longest time. Feels like we've not seen her play for years. She's just been that fan, and she's dealt with it so amazingly. And Veen Reuter as well. It's been so lovely. I watched a documentary actually of Mead and Marmead, how they kind of support her as well, because they're all going through the same thing and they all can relate to each other about how they feel with dealing with that injury. So it was really good to see. So yeah, just hope we can see them very soon. I know Leah will be back in a few games, but I just feel like with Veen Reuter, I don't think it will be anytime soon. I know she'll definitely back next season, but I think she could get appearance maybe before the end of the season. It'd be great to see that, but I just really hope we can bring some silverware back this season, like we did last season. Winning the Conti Cup was really lovely. I did not expect us to win it in such a difficult season. So credit to the team. Hello, Emerson. I hope you're okay. Evening, Sophie. What are your thoughts if we sign Sarah Buradi on a short-term loan until Sabrina Angelo gets back? Yeah, I think it would be good to kind of do that. I know that it's good to have that depth in the goalkeeper situation, and I think Sabrina probably knows that Zinsberger is our number one, and she is just the second choice goalkeeper. So yeah, I think it's always good to bring other people in. But yeah, I really like Sabrina Angelo. I feel like that appearance last season against Man City, she did really well in. And yeah, I think she's a really good goalkeeper. I know this season at the start she had a few shaky moments, but it's good to see us get back into a bit of form with the goalkeeper situation. We know Sinsberger has signed a new deal, which is very exciting. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it did surprise me. When Sinsberger signed a new deal, because for me, I personally thought that she was probably going to leave at the end of the season. So yeah, that did surprise me, guys. I'm not going to lie, but I'm happy for her. I do think she deserves it. She has worked really hard, and last season was a good season for her. But we know we want to obviously achieve things this season. So yeah, by the way, I'm happy to answer anyone's questions while we're chatting as well. Um, hey, lovely, hope you're okay. Great to see you on Hit. Do you think Kyra Cooney Cross should get more minutes? Yeah, definitely. I think it's good to kind of give players a rest when we're in cup games, or because the schedule can be quite, a lot for people, a lot for teams. I know we've not got the Champions League, which does benefit us. Um, so yeah, I think that's obviously a real positive thing. To kind of give players rest, but yeah, I would like her to see getting more minutes because she really I feel like when she plays, her style of play is so much more better. She just adds something different. She's a real joy to watch going forward. The way she goes past players is so incredible. I do love her. I feel like she's such an amazing player to have at our club, and yeah, she's been a real good signing, to be honest. Hey, I hope you're okay. Yeah, that was an incredible game yesterday. Really, really happy with that. Um, what's your favourite Arsenal women's game this season? Do you think Arsenal can win the title? I think for us, when we beat Chelsea at the Emirates, that was like an incredible feeling. I think we beat them. It might have been 4-1, I think. Like, to be able to kind of, beat Chelsea at the Emirates with that crowd there was absolutely incredible. And let's be honest, we really struggled to beat Chelsea. Over the years, they've always dominated us. So it's like so lovely to see um us actually beat them for once at our place. So really happy with that. And yeah, I think we can, but I just feel like for me, like with the men's team, I take it game by game. And I know Chelsea, it's Emma Hayes' last season, so I'll know that she'll really want to, go off on a positive note and win the league. I know Sam Kerr's injured too, so my thoughts are with her. It does probably make things a bit easier. But they've got Lauren James, so yeah, Man City are doing good as well. But I really hope we can win the league. I'm very optimistic about it. I think with Russo coming in as well, she'll really be hungry and determined to help us win the league. So yeah, fingers crossed, guys, we can win it. Hayley, hope you're okay. Lovely to see you. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. Um, Thoughts on Arsenal title chances this season? Do you trust Mikel? I've very much said I don't think you can't write us off at the moment. I think we're currently 5 points behind Liverpool, and anything can happen in the league. I think I would say at the moment it's probably more likely for Liverpool to win the league because they're in a better position than us. They've got a lot of players that can really change things. No, they don't have Mo Salah at the moment, but they're still struggling to score goals from Jota, Nunes. So I feel like for me, yeah, I feel like it's really difficult, but I wouldn't write us off at the moment. But if we did finish like third or fourth, I would be very disappointed because I just feel like we can do a bit better than that. Yeah, I just feel like we should aim the first. I feel like if we challenge with them up until the end, I will be happy. That's what I want as a club, the challenge. But if we, finished and we weren't challenging and Man City and Liverpool were like 10 points ahead of us or just right up, I would be quite disappointed because I believe we can challenge. It all depends, January for me, I don't feel like we're going to do anything. It's been very quiet. It kind of feels like the January window isn't open. So, um, yeah, I feel like, yeah, we've got to see what happens with both the Arsenal teams. But I say, like I've always said, you've got to take it each game as it comes, because you never know what happens really. Um, so yeah, I feel like it's good to be optimistic. Both of the teams have won their games this weekend. We can't really complain, can we? It's a very positive time to be an Arsenal fan after, with the men's team after the last few weeks. Yeah, it has been a bit more refreshing to win things. um, FFP cancelled the transfer window. Yeah, I don't expect us to bring anyone in. But yeah, I mean, we can sell players also. We can't forget that. We can, get rid of a few players, bring some in. I do feel like I've mentioned, Ivan Toney would be the ideal one. But yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one right now, isn't it? Because we do need to bring players in, and it feels like we're doing nothing. Yeah, it is quite frustrating. But you know what? We've won. We did have an impressive performance. That's a real positive we can take from that. Um, and I feel quite happy about that. But we do have Nottingham Forest. I think we've got a bit of a break. I feel like we've got over a week or something. So, yeah, I do think, like you said, Ivan Toney will be in the summer. I don't really see him coming in January. We did score in the game yesterday, which was really good for him and his confidence. Yeah, Cedric, yeah. But Nelson, um, it is a difficult one. I reckon we'll probably keep him for backup at the moment, up until the summer. It would be sad to see him go, but ultimately I do feel as though he is a good player to have. Brings us this energy, this passion, and we know how much he loves Arsenal, but we could make some good money for him too. So there's always that argument as well. Yeah, the Forest game will be really hard. Definitely, it's not going to be easy at all. Because you know what, they'll really want those points. And for me, if we've got to get a must win, we've got to go on a really good run from this game. So yeah, I feel like that is going to be really important for us to go on a run, get that confidence back up. I know we do have Liverpool soon as well, and honestly, I'm like tired of playing Liverpool, to be honest. Like, it is, yeah, it's not really a game I want to play, but I suppose when it's over with, we can relax. And I'm really happy about that. But I did want to kind of go back to the Arsenal women team, and I'm happy to answer any questions regarding the men's and the Arsenal women team. But I did want to touch on Arsenal women do have a new signing called Emily Fox. I did mention before that we did sell Marit to Aston Villa, so I do wish her well for that one number four. To start off with, I do wish her well. And Emily Fox has obviously come in, and I really like her. She was obviously playing in America, and she did actually already know Russo and Ruben Moy already. So it's good to see her knowing people before she comes in. Um, so yeah, I think for me, she's done really well. It was her first league debut for Arsenal, so really exciting times of her at the club. And yeah, I just feel like she did really well. She makes some really good passes. I know she had a good one with Russo, who sadly, missed it. But yeah, I feel like Russo for me is really good as well. She has some really good opportunities. I feel like she's such a fantastic footballer. But really happy to see Emily Fox, settling in at Arsenal. But like I said, it's good that she knows a few players here as well. Um, but yeah, Russo was being a fantastic sign. I still don't believe she's at Arsenal. I do pinch myself. I'm like, is she still here? So yeah, it's really happy. Yeah, Russo's a really good player. I know that United this season probably really miss her in those moments, which she really can score those goals. So it's just like a privilege to have her at Arsenal. Yeah, she's just a great talent. I know for the Lionesses, she does amazing things. So it's just really lovely to have her at Arsenal. And yeah, I feel like it's lovely, to have such a world class player at our club. When she was at Lionesses, when we won the Euros, I never imagined she would be in our Guna. So it's lovely to see. I'm very happy with that. And it's a really good time to be an Arsenal fan. I can't really complain. But yeah, I feel like with the league, we've really got to focus on that and win that. But I know Chelsea and Man City are up there for it as well, and they will make it probably difficult for us to win it. Um, but yeah, I do feel like in the game, like I was looking at the stats as well. We had about 60% possession, they had about 40, and we had 9 shots, they had 4 shots, and like we had 19 shots. I mean, we won, and that's what I'm happy about. But we definitely do need to convert our chances in the future, because it kind of, it might come back bad on us if we don't win, and we wish we would have taken them chances. But yeah, I do think that's something we can work on. But I feel like with Leah Williamson, when she's back in the team, we are like a different Arsenal. I love her passes going forward. She is a joy to watch. Um, so yeah, I do really, can't wait for us for our players that are out to be back. I know Beth Mead is doing absolutely amazing things. She's done a lot better than what I thought. I felt like she might needed time to get into things, but in that Villa game, she literally came on, got an assist, um, and she literally made an impact after what a traumatic injury she went through. And I feel like with Meadmore, like I mentioned before, it would be good to give her time to get into things. Um, it does take time. Each player is so different when you've gone through that injury. It does take you a little bit of time. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how things are going at the moment. Elizabeth said, hit the like button, people. Yeah, please do, guys. I know there's a few in your chat. But if you haven't, do subscribe as well. I'm trying to get to 2K. I'm getting there. I'm going to do a giveaway at 2K as well, which is I'm excited for. Because I want to give back things to you guys, because you guys always support me. So yeah, don't forget to smash the like button, to subscribe. And I'll answer your questions as well. I've pretty much spoken about the game. Hello, Geordie. I hope you're okay. Lovely to see you on here. Nina says, great channel. Thank you so much, Nina. I really appreciate your kind words of support, and great to see you on here. I think you're new to this, so lovely to see you on here. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys, your support, and I'm happy to answer some of your questions that you might have for me. It can be about the men's team and the women's team. I did want to do a stream about the women's team because it has been like a little while since I've spoken about them, and I do get questions of people. People want to see me do more women's content, and I will be doing another video tomorrow. So I've got quite a few videos planned, which is good. I'm trying to stay consistent. So, but yeah, I do really appreciate all of your support. Um, Chelsea are doing great. Hat-trick for Lauren is just awesome as well. Yeah, she is an absolute baller. You can't deny that. And yeah, really good to see her, especially at Stamford Bridge. I'm really happy to see her, get that credit that she's deserved. I think about 20,000 fans went to the Chelsea game, so it's good to see that audience go. I do feel as though they deserve Chelsea should have a bit more than 20,000. Like, I know that each stadium has a different capacity, but Arsenal are able to get 50,000 for the United game. So I do feel as though it will be important for women's football to get more attendances. I feel like advertisement's another thing as well, because I didn't really know it was at Stamford Bridge today. So I feel like they do more with advertising it. But yeah, I just feel like they do deserve more than 20,000 fans, if I'm being honest. But it's still progress. I know women's football has grown so much. It's gone from a few hundred to a few thousand, and now we're looking at 20 to 40,000 as an attendance, which is massive progress. But Chelsea deserve that win for sure. I think United are obviously going through a rough patch with their manager Skinner. A lot of banners have been put up about Skinner out, and yeah, it is a tough one when you didn't want the manager at your club. I personally don't imagine them winning anything with him. Like, I know they got to a final, which was great, but Chelsea, were more clinical than them. But as you've mentioned, the title race is going to be really, yeah. Obviously, like you said, Man City are in the mix as well, but it will be quite, challenging. It could go to the last day. Who knows? I do hope Chelsea can lose a few games so we can get back into it. Because you know what, Arsenal in the league would be absolutely incredible to see. I know that we have obviously won something last season. We did go through a trophy drought for such a long time. I think it was about 4 years. So I'm really over the moon to see us back winning things, being successful, especially last season, considering the injuries we had. Like, so many of our players got done their ACL. It was just quite emotionally draining, and I can imagine for the players it was pretty emotionally draining too. So yeah, it will be very tough on players to go through that. Um, I hope Newcastle ladies qualify soon for the WSL. Yeah, I would absolutely love that. I know that they played United a few weeks ago, and so many Newcastle fans went to the game, and I thought it was so lovely to see how passionate they were. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it would be good to see Newcastle go to the WSL to get that support. I know that the WSL does get a lot of support within the media, so WSL for me is probably up there as one of the best. I know Barcelona, they're doing great things as well in their league, and Madrid. So, like, there's different leagues in women's football that does good things, but I feel like the WSL gets that recognition, gets that amount of support online. So yeah, it would be good to see Newcastle get there hopefully soon. Because it's getting more competitive, the women's football, the women's league. It's really it's lovely to see. Rachel Yankee is my all-time favourite Arsenal women's player. Started watching her in '98 and she left in 2016. Crazy career, very influential and an Arsenal legend. Yeah, she was before my time. I did kind of get into watching Arsenal. I think it might have been in 2018, but Alex Scott kind of left. Well, I did see her for a little bit before she left, but yeah, we've had so many legends, and yeah, it's to see us as the only English side to win a Champions League as well was phenomenal. Makes me happy. Hopefully Chelsea won't do anything this season with the Champions League, but yeah, Rachel Yankee is absolutely phenomenal player for Arsenal, and she's definitely an inspiration to the next generation that come through as well. We've just had so many incredible players at the club, like Kelly Smith. Um, Oh, yeah, she is probably one of our best ever players. And to see, the players we have now could be legends there, it would be great. I feel like this season would be massive for us to, go on and win the league. I think if we won a trophy, that'd be the most important thing. Winning the FA Cup as well would be phenomenal. I know we did get to Wembley a few seasons ago and we lost in the final, but I feel like we seem like a much stronger team now. So I feel like, we can do it. We have that belief. Our mindset has changed and we are capable of, being able to win. So yeah, and we definitely have had quite a few fantastic players, at Arsenal. So but I do think we've got a few future legends at our club now. I just think we need to win a bit of silverware. I know last season we got the Conti Cup, but hopefully we can win a bit more than that as well. Um, yeah, that is a crazy career for her. We've just had so many like incredible players, as I mentioned, Alex Scott as well, scoring in the Champions League final for us, winning it. Really, really, incredible to see the success we have had. And I think, we will keep having the success. The attendance we're getting now at games is sustainable. It's really lovely to see. And I do see it staying here. I know Arsenal are very good at getting big crowds. I feel like we're probably the best in England. I'd probably say I do think other teams are quite poor at, um, getting some attendances. It's really difficult, but I know Arsenal are really good at it, really. Andrew says, I prefer the atmosphere at women's games sometimes, though the men's aren't as fierce as in the men's game. Yeah, I do think that is something that isn't there. I mean, when Alessia Russo played against United, um, she did get booed, which was it showed you that rivalry there as well. But yeah, I do agree. I feel like with women's football, I feel like the atmosphere is really lovely, and like I feel like for me, it's like a very accepting community. Now at men's game it is a lot different, Sometimes you get to meet the women's players after the game. I don't think you should go there expecting it, but if it does happen, obviously that's really good. But yeah, I just feel like for me the women's game is very accepting. It's a very supportive, loving community, which I absolutely love. You can be whoever you want to be at the games and no one will judge you for that. But I know at the men's game it is a bit different to do that. Like if Beth Mead and Mar have been very open that they're together and people are very supportive of that, but we know if like a men's footballer did that it would be a bit different. So it's really good to see how women's football they are so accepting, they're so supportive um of the community that of everyone that goes. And I do love I do love the different types of stadiums we do play, like because I feel like for me the Emirates it's just so lovely, but it's kind of nice to be at our stadium where we're close to the team, because we've been there for a while and now we're hopefully getting more games at the Emirates. So yeah, the atmospheres are very different for sure. But I'm just really happy. The Wolfsburg game, we got 60,000 fans. That was absolutely incredible to see. I know we did lose the semi-final, but the attendance really blew my mind. I never thought we would break that record, and the fact we did, um, yeah, it really does make me so, so happy to see the girls get this support. I know it means so much to them. I know that we never really, dreamed they would ever get this far. They've probably worked really hard to be where they are now. Um, so to see them get the support, men's footballers get, it's so lovely, isn't it, to see? It's really, really refreshing. So yeah, it's a really good time at the moment for women's football. There's a lot of growth, a lot of support there, which is exactly, what we want to see. I know that I do feel that there is a lot of, there's a long way to go in a sense, but I do feel as though, things are going in the right direction. Um, regarding the team getting the right support. But like I mentioned, I do feel like with the Chelsea game, they probably should have more, people going. But I don't know if it's to do with the advertisement. I know Arsenal are quite good at that. Um, so yeah, I do wish, a lot of women's teams do get a lot of attendances, a lot of support. It's really what they deserve. Because I know Arsenal have always been good, and it hasn't always been that way really. We used to get a few hundred. I used to watch Arsenal years back, and it would only be a few hundred. So, um, to see, we're seeing more than a few thousand is really lovely to see, and I'm really happy, like I mentioned, with the progress we're making. Um, and I think this season we've done well, especially with our new signings. I feel really optimistic, really, that we can win the league. I know that people have asked about us winning the league. I'm just going to double check if you guys need any more questions answering. Yeah, there was this one here about Arteta, about if he doesn't win anything this season or just gets us third or fourth, would you sack him? This question has been going around like a lot. Um, um, if we came third or fourth, I would be massively disappointed. I would feel a bit disheartened because I just see us as a team that can do better than that. I know injuries happen and that affects your season, but I do feel as though we can, we should be, challenging for the league. Last season, we really showed that we can compete with Man City, Liverpool, and yeah, I feel like I wouldn't really sack him because I feel like where we were to where we are now is a massive improvement. And we do look at trophies he's won. He has only won us an FA Cup, and I get people's frustration for us not winning more. But I just feel like he's really changed the culture. We used to be like a banter club. Let's not forget that. And to see where we are now, it's a real improvement. We have progressed a lot. So I can't really complain regarding that. I do feel as though he has taken us a very long way. Um, so yeah, I do feel like I would keep him, but like it's really hard to predict where he'll finish right now because the season, we've still got a long way to go. And I know January, I don't see us signing anyone. Unfortunately, I really do want us to sign someone now. Um, but yeah, I know people will have their opinions on being like Arteta out, and I get that everyone, is entitled to that opinion. But yeah, I just feel like for me, he deserves a bit more time to see what he can do next season. Um, like we've been unlucky with injuries of Timber Party. You can't really help that at all, can you? But obviously, Havertz, I feel like he's getting into the rhythm of things. Right, he's been doing excellent. Um, but yeah, I get people's frustrations. I do get it. I did want us to win the league this season, and I think we still can. But it's very, the Arsenal Liverpool game on the 4th of Feb is game of the season. I mean, don't we also have to play Man City at the Etihad as well? I'm not saying that the Etihad is like a loud stadium or anything, but I just like when we've been away, we've not really won. I can't remember last time we won at the Etihad. And when I think of us going to the Etihad, I just think of that time we lost. I think it was like 5-0. Like my heart was breaking when that happened. Like it's hard to think of good times when we go there. Um, but yeah, we do have a few tough games. That we've got Spurs away. I think. Yeah. Who else? Liverpool. Yeah, that'll be a real weird game. If we can win that, wow. And it is at home as well, which does help us. But yeah, I just feel like we've got some difficult fixtures coming up. But you know what? We take it game by game, see how it goes, and really hope we can have what it takes. But when we play Liverpool, it always gives me anxiety. That draw we got in the league was actually quite a good draw. Liverpool obviously had a lot of better chances than us, but you know what? We yeah. If you don't take the chances, you don't win. That's just the reality. But I know we have played them a lot. I know in the cup game we played them, and yeah, it wasn't the best of games. It did really break my heart that we lost. But football, like I said, you don't take your chances and you don't win. So that's the reality. We do have to take our chances. I'm going to stay on here for probably 10-15 more minutes. If you can, like I've mentioned, do subscribe, do hit the like button, and do send me questions you want me to answer. as I'm very happy to do that. I do appreciate your support, like I've mentioned. But yeah, do help me out, as you know, I do appreciate your support. I do appreciate you all watching me. I know this stream was a bit of a late notice one, and I've got quite a few videos planned next week, but you know, sometimes I feel like chatting with you guys because it's super fun to do that. But yeah, I do really enjoy doing these type of videos. I know there's about 5 of you on now, and I do appreciate, you know, all of you watching this. And thank you guys as well. So I'll probably stay on for 10-15 more minutes with you guys. So yeah, just to let you guys know. Andrew says, Cozier Drew, I can't even pronounce that, Dewberry, should get into the first team over the next couple of years. Great talent. Mikel can't leave as he's part of the long-term plan with Mertesacker, Wilshere, cooking youth teams. Yeah, I do feel like in future there will be more players from the youth team getting these opportunities, which is what we obviously want to see. But I did see that the youth team, they lost 7. Did I read that right? Was it like 7-1 to like, or 5? No, I think it was 7-1 to Liverpool. But like Jack Wilshere is a big Arsenal fan. Like that would really like break his heart losing that much. But yeah, I do feel like people have asked, will Arteta play the youth players anytime soon? And in my opinion, we've just got to wait for the right time. I know it would be nice to see that, but at the moment we do need, you know, experienced players in the team a lot of the time to help out. But yeah, I do see him as a long-term, you know, plan. Arteta being here at Arsenal. You know, we know Mertesacker and Wilshere, we know their job. So I do feel as though it's you know, he's the future. Arteta is the future at Arsenal, and um, yeah, I don't see anything really changing with that. Whether you think Arteta should go, it's another story. I think he's going to stay. So, but I do have my questions about Arteta very much sometimes. But like Andrew said, getting some of these players, getting these opportunities soon will be the most important thing, I think, because we do have quite a good some youth players. I know Saka is a big inspiration to the youth and how they've come through. Yeah, so really hopeful that, like Andrew said, we get to see more of that regarding, you know. But I would love to ask you guys about the league. You know, I've personally said they'll take it game by game, but how do you guys feel about it? Do you see us winning the league? I know there's a few of you left on here. I'm going to quickly fix my light before I'm still here, don't worry guys. Yeah, I just wanted to fix my light because it was went off there. But yeah, let me guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on where you think we're going to finish the season. I feel like if we don't finish first, I would say second, but then I don't know if that's me being like overly optimistic because I'm like that. I think, yeah, I would be devastated if we came third or fourth. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Um, like if you look at it, last season we came first, and now this season, if we came third, it would be quite a distance from last season. But yeah, good to see youth players get more opportunities, I believe, personally. But yeah, I hope you guys all having a really good weekend. I know you guys, we don't play for like over a week, I think. I did actually think we played on Tuesday, but I think it's a week on Tuesday. So we do like have quite a bit of time up until that. Would love to win the Champions League, not possible. I haven't ruled out win league yet. Yeah, absolutely. With you, Lee, there. I feel like it's not like it's not impossible. So why shouldn't we believe? Like, I think it's always good to have a bit of hope, a bit of faith in the team that we can achieve the league. Regarding Andrew's comment about a Champions League, I've said I think we can get to the Champions League. I think like the quarters and the semi-final would be a really good thing for our season. Like for me, I don't expect us to win it, like you said, Andrew. It's our first season back in it after like a really long time. But It's always good to aim high and believe we can achieve these things, but because we're going for the league as well, probably more realistic that we will probably, challenge for the league. And yeah, I feel like the semi-finals would be really good if we got that far, but I don't know if it obviously would happen. But yeah, like Lee said, good to, for us to not, I feel like people have written us off, we're only 5 points behind Liverpool, and I know right now it does probably feel like a lot, but we do, we're still in it. So I'd still say positive if I were you guys. Like if we were 10 points, I'd probably be a bit more like, oh, it's going to be a lot harder to get there. But because of where we are, I'm still optimistic. I'm still hopeful that we have what it takes to win the league. I know we've still got Man City to play, and I'm sure we've got Chelsea to play as well. We've got a few, big fixtures, big games. Um, I'm just looking forward to playing United at Old Trafford because we should be beating them by a lot. Um, they're not having the best of seasons, really. Chelsea as well. They're getting a bit of their form up, but they're still quite poor, really. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the season goes. Definitely. I can't believe I've been ranting on here for 50 minutes already, guys. I don't know how you guys, stay with me, but I appreciate it. But it's actually quite nice to have this chat with you guys. Kind of do a Q&A today. I've basically done a Q&A after chatting about the Arsenal game. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I'll probably stay on for 10 more minutes. Answer some of your questions if you still have any. But it's been a good weekend to be a Gooner for sure. Really happy that Beth Mead's back on the score sheet and that you've the men's team scored 5 goals. It's a really good outcome. Positive. Feel happy. Really good to see other players get on the score sheet as well. So yeah, I'm feeling really good about things. I can't lie, but I've always said with both teams about the league, you've got to take it game by game and enjoy the ride. That's what I think. You've got to really enjoy the moments of being an Arsenal fan. You do face difficult times. We will struggle at times, but to see us, get through this and come out the other side, it's really lovely. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we get on at the end of the season. We do have our predictions, we have our thoughts, but it will be quite interesting to see how we do get on with that. I just want us to win something. Like as an Arsenal fan, it's going to be hard winning silverware for the men's team because if we don't win the league, the Champions League is going to be tough. Like Andrew said, it would be hard to win it. Like I don't know if I see us winning it, but yeah, I feel like we've got to really see how it goes, but I am excited for our Champions League one. I do hope we do well in it. And yeah, I'm excited. I think a lot of our players really enjoy being in the Champions League. They really benefit, of being back in that competition. The Europa League wasn't actually the most exciting competition, was it? Like, I didn't really, enjoy being in it. But yeah, the Champions League, it's lovely. I know there are a lot of difficult teams there. There's Man City, Madrid, I'm sure. Bayern Munich is the one that'll be interesting to play because Harry Kane is doing really well over there. It wouldn't surprise me if he won the league, won the Champions League in Bayern. And yeah, win some success that he probably deserves. He's not won anything in his career, I don't think, which isn't probably fair for him. He does deserve that. So I hope, it'd be good to see him, win, things over there, but just not against us. Yeah, I saw that. I did see they were quite far away from winning the league. Yeah, they lost 1-0, didn't they? Yeah, so yeah, they're currently like sat in second place. Yeah, I saw that. Well, you never know. They could win the Champions League. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, the second on 41 points. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I suppose you go through difficult times when you play. But yeah, Harry Kane's done bits over there, can't lie. He's scored so many goals, like I've lost track of how many goals he's scored. Um Yeah, it's really good to see Xhaka doing well there. It'd be good if he won the league there as well. I know they're sat on the top, currently on 48 points. So I'm happy for Xhaka. I do obviously miss him, but he's had his time at Arsenal. He's moved on, and um, yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? He might win the Bundesliga. It wouldn't surprise me. He's a fantastic player, and they're lucky to have him. But yeah, I'd be happy if he won that. I know that it's kind of between them and Bayern, but Bayern are quite a few points behind them. But yeah, it'd be good if Xhaka, won some silverware because we were so close winning the league last season. So the fact that he could, win the league, would be absolutely great. I'd be really happy for him. But yeah, I feel like the Champions League, we've got to see how it goes. I feel like we do have to beat Porto. If we didn't, I would be quite devastated personally. I don't know about you guys, but I just want us to put a performance in that we're proud of and, try and be as successful as we can be. But yeah, I feel really, happy about things at the moment, and we do have a little bit of a break. I feel like Nottingham Forest, like people have mentioned before, will be a really tough game for sure. We should beat Porto over 2 legs. Yeah, I feel like if we didn't, I would be so annoyed. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It would be quite disappointing because I feel like we're capable of doing that, and I'm sure the team will know how important it is to, win that game. Yeah, I do feel like we can do that. We've done really well in the Champions League actually with our performances. Um, but yeah, we've got Nottingham Forest soon, and it's a little while since that game. But the Arsenal women are actually playing on the 24th of January in the WSL Cup against Reading. So Leah Williamson should be back for that game, and I think she'll be on the bench, obviously, not to rush her into things. So it'll be really good to see her play again. I've really missed her. It feels like the longest time since she's been away. So I can't wait to see her back. Be lovely. She's been missed by us all. Um, yeah, be interesting to see this season how it all goes for both teams. Imagine if we both won a league, like Arsenal women, Arsenal men. That would be absolutely incredible. Yeah, that. I think it's a bit harder for the men's because we are a few points behind Liverpool, but I can't complain. I'd be very, very happy if both teams got success, got silverware. Yeah, I'd be so happy. I mean, Arsenal women are still in the FA Cup, so we can still do that, go further. I know the men, it's just more of the Champions League and the league to go for. So yeah, I'm interested to see. I'm intrigued to see how successful both teams can be this season. But I think people have written off Arsenal too much. I don't think the league is over. I just feel like Liverpool are probably more likely at this point. They're obviously, ahead of us. So, that's the obvious point that I think because we're not like 15 or 10 points behind them, I do feel more confident that we can, catch up with them, but they'll obviously have to lose games. And then when we play them, they'll have to lose. So it's kind of hard to ask for that, but yeah, I agree with this one. Like I've mentioned, we've got to do it. Absolutely. But Jesus did speak about in an interview about winning the Champions League, and I just felt this season I don't see it happening. But I'm not writing us off for not doing it. But I don't. Do you guys see us winning the Champions League this season? Like it's more. It feels like more of a dream than a reality. I don't really see it happening, unfortunately. I could get us to a semi-final, but I just don't know if it will happen. Um, but yeah, I really hope we can win the Champions League this season, bring back some silverware. But I just see that in the future. I see us being more successful in the future, considering this season hasn't been the most easiest of seasons. But yeah, it has been really lovely to chat with you guys today. I've been on here for literally an hour. Thank you guys for actually listening to me. Like, I don't know if you enjoy it, but thank you anyway. I do really appreciate it. those that have just tuned in, please do hit the like button, please. I want to try and get to 30 or 40 likes on this video if I can, so please do help me out by liking the video. And please do subscribe too. When I get to 2k, I'm going to do a giveaway to one of you guys to thank you for the support you give me. But yeah, the Arsenal women have just beaten Everton. We're really happy at the moment. It's been a good time. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review, this little chat, and definitely will do it more often. But I've got about 3 videos planned next week, so there'll be quite a bit of content from me. So thank you, Lee, for tuning in. Thank you so much. It's lovely to see you on here too. Lovely to see some of you new people on here. Always nice to see that. And thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely evening too. I hope you all have a great evening, whatever you are doing. And yeah, I'll be back probably tomorrow doing a pre-recorded video, so I will upload it tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna go live on Wednesday about 7. I've joined with an Arsenal fan, so yeah, be great to see you live in the chat with a guest as per usual. And I'm doing one on Sunday. So yeah, you guys will have a bit of content from me next week. But I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your evening. A big thank you for everyone who tuned in, to subscribe, that's like this video, and have left me a comment. And yeah, guys, I will let you all go, and I will see you all very soon.